The Coonhound Collective podcast is brought to you by CZ Welding and Custom Dog Boxes. Dog boxes built by hunters for hunters. Check these guys out today. This is your host, Jason Snellgrove, and I will be your guide as we journey down the road to pleasure hunt or hitting the long trail to those great comp hunts. This is the Coonhound Collective podcast. Welcome to the Coonhound Collective podcast today. Today I am joined by Mr. Jim Powers. Mr. Jim has the Tidewater Kennel Walker dogs. And Mr. Jim, how's it going today?
Oh, it's going pretty good. I've been working on a fence here for the last 2 or 3 weeks and cleaned it up. And it's been kind of rough on me. I ain't getting no younger.
Yes, but, sir. I appreciate you.
I still coon hunt. I just turned 85, and I hunt, with different guys, and teach them different things. How I train dogs, and I started back years ago. My neighbor bought a pup from John Monroe, and 30 days later, I think he gave John $200 for the rock dog, and his name was Eddie Arwood, was my neighbor, and we both worked at Chrysler. We hunted together. And anyway, I put a price on Rock, and this is better than 50 years ago. And I told him, I said, I'll give you $600 for him, because I lost him run the deer is what it was, him and Deep River Lucy. He thought for a while, and he said, I'll take it. And I didn't know if the dog was living or dead. But anyway, when I went to work, a fellow at work said, Jim, got a dog belong to you guys down at my house to come in there. I said, yeah, Eddie, we took them hunting. They run a deer. So anyway, that was the first Tidewater dog that I got. But the bad part was that a real close friend of mine, that dog, Tidewater Rock, was out of Monroe's Little Chief. And I'd probably end up opening up a can of worms, because a friend of mine, which is he gave me a puppy one time, and I drove out to Illinois and met him. And he told me that Chief was sterile. But anyway, Rock goes back to Finley River Chief. And that's where these dogs started from, was that Rock dog. And he got the stemper. I was so busy hunting him that I didn't give him a 10-way. I don't know if they had it back in or not, but that's what it ended up killing, was the stemper cooked. His temperature went up so high that it cooked his brain. But I'd done bred 2 females. He's just turning 2 years old, and he's a night champion. Extremely good dog. And ever since then, I've been breeding these dogs and hunting them all these years. And a lot of people likes them. Of course, like everything else, some people don't like them, and which that's their rights. But I still, like I said, I just went to Tennessee's line and bred my female to a Sackett Junior dog. And see, the Sackett Junior dog started from the Tidewater dogs. And I went to Maryland and hunted a dog called Tidewater Shep with Paul Bramelman. And he said, Jim, I'd like to breed to that dog. I said, well, when she comes in, give me a call. And she come in heat in Stony Road out of May. She come in heat, he bred her. And this has been a long time ago. So a fella got a puppy out of her. And she was the one that, if I can think of what his name, Gordon Gilroy. And him and Jim Meeks was big buddies, and he bred Dinah to Yakin River Jeff. And that kind of stowed the line in, starting a sack of junior dogs from Dinah. And like I said, I've stuck with them, and I just bred my female back to Tough Company Sackett, which was out of old Sackett, or Sackett Junior. And I'm still hunting them today. And I just bred my female. I got one puppy bred to Tough Company Sackett, and I was offered $5,000 for him when he was 4 months old, and I got him killed when he was 14 months old, when he was tough as they come, buddy. So I bred his mother back. My friend bought a straw when I bought a straw out of Tough Company Sackett, and I bred her to second. And I already got 3 puppies sold for, you're talking about $5,000 a puppy.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if I, if I'll be lucky to get any puppies, because I only got one puppy out of that when I bred my straw.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, where did the name Tidewater come from for your kennel?
There in Delaware, Tidewater Oil Refinery.
Okay.
When I hunted Tidewater Rock in that swamps down there in that marsh, and he treated 3 or 4 coons that night, and he wasn't a year old. And I said, I'm going to name him Tidewater Rock. And that's where it comes. There's another dog named Tidewater. She's in the Walker book. And I have no idea there's a Tidewater name on a dog. But mine came from the marsh in Delaware, because I hunted it. And I'm telling you, them dogs was tough as they could get, buddy. They'd catch coons, and I'd run, just didn't take me no time to kill 100 coons. And it was accurate, extremely good nose, and they still do right good.
Yes, sir. And you, I'm assuming, started off coon hunting as pleasure hunting, or going with some family, or how'd you get started into coon hunting originally?
Well, there's a guy in West Virginia when I come out of the Navy called Chick Scarborough, and he didn't care much for the night hunts. He said it was so crooked. And I started hunting with Chick Scarborough, and that's how I really got it. The first coon dog I got was a mixed-up mongrel. I traded the rifle for him. He wasn't worth nothing. And then I moved out of West Virginia to Delaware, and then I started fooling with the dogs then. And I bought a dog off of a Chick, and me and him was pretty good friends, and he was really smart in coon hunting. He died a couple years or so ago with stomach cancer, and a great friend of mine. And that's really where I started coon hunting with him, when I got out of the Navy. And I've never quit. And like I said, I still hunt. I hunt with people. I hunt by myself. I just like to coon hunt, And guys call me up to go. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, that's pretty good for sure. So through the years, did you ever get into competition hunting very heavily?
Oh yeah, I hunted like a maniac. Every weekend I was gone somewhere. It'd be Missouri or anywhere by myself. It didn't make no difference. Pennsylvania, won Pennsylvania state championship a couple of times, and I had good hunts with them people up there. Some good guys up there, I met a couple that, turned out wasn't so great, but majority of them was really nice people to hunt with. And I made Grand Night champions and silver champions. But I had track dogs and tree dogs. I'm not talking about a dog just barked 150 barks a minute. I'm talking about having a coon. And that was my main thing, because they was dead accurate and still are. And like I said, I got a friend in Tennessee, John Stewart. He bought 3 puppies from me. And he said he's had coon dogs, but he ain't never had none like them. And matter of fact, the straw I bred to my female belonged to him, that I drove to Tennessee the second and had her bred.
So through the years, as you were breeding dogs, what was you looking for? Whether you were breeding one of your females to a male, or whether you were breeding males to other females, what were you looking for to carry your kennel line on? Were you looking for ancestors back in the pedigree, or were you just looking for dogs that had the traits that you wanted?
I was looking for the Finley River bred dogs. That was my main thing. I like the Finley River bred dogs, and like I said, they was cold nosed, good track dogs. They run coons that the other dogs couldn't smell, and then of course you're babbling, they come up with the babbling stuff, but they can run a coon, and today they still do it. They run a coon, a dog don't even know he's in the woods, and that's what I like. And it kind of caused a bad thing, but I've been scratched for not calling my dog. And I said, how can I call my dog, buddy, when he ain't even barking? Just crooked stuff going on forever. And I didn't care much for that, but I stuck to my dogs and believe in them, and they always come through for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I know the Finley River, dogs are a predominant breed, line of dogs in the Walker dogs, and
right.
They've been very successful. Sounds like to me that you've had some success with yours as well, and with your breeding program, for sure.
Yeah, right. Like I said, I always try to get a good clean dog, and of course, you get different kinds of dogs out of different breeds and all, but they want dogs now to leave you barking and get in yonder and get treed, good or bad, and way the time gets it, you can't catch up with him, or you don't get no strike, and I didn't care for babbling dogs, but I've had dogs that treat coons and people. They get right hot at me. I say, you dog don't even know the damn coon's in the tree, buddy. You're hollering at me, and you got the dog that don't even know the damn coon's here. And you're mad at me on account of your dog ain't no damn good. And that's the way it was, It wasn't nothing to get mad about.
Yeah, just sound like to me he needed to get on the waiting list to buy a puppy.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't. I ain't gonna just breed something just to get a puppy, because I've got 2 females now, and I'm going back to my old dogs, 2 Grand Night champions. Well, Tony Epps I got semen out of his dog. I got a semen out of one of my Grand Night champions, and nobody wanted the semen. They weren't, but they liked the puppies, And like Tony's dog, he was tough dog, and he'd had a hunted him in the Grand American. He's called Tank, and he had 1,300 plus points. And the guy, that's Tony. Tony was clean about hunting, and what did it take him win his cast? He said, to beat my damn dog, buddy. That's what it is. And Tony's holding 1,300 plus points, and they give him a wrong way back to the clubhouse. And the guy that said this to him won the hunt the next Saturday night. And Tony lost the hunt just because he couldn't find the clubhouse, fairgrounds. And he had a powerful hound fella. He absolutely did, and I got the semen off of him. And I'm waiting for a female to come in heat now to cross back to him.
So through the years in your breeding program, sounds like, you've done some breeding to bring your line along, but it sounds like you're also got some semen off some of your dogs and some other dogs that are somewhat related in some kind of way that you breed back into it. How important is it to you that you bring that old blood back into your current dogs?
Very important, because I'm telling you, they can run coons that a lot of dogs can't. They don't have the nose that the dogs has got. And most people that's hunted with Tidewater dogs know they got some outstanding nose and accuracy. And like I said, a man bought one of my dogs, and I shouldn't have done it, but he gave $25,000 for it. And I called the man up and talked to him, and I just wished he'd have bred out to different dogs. He bred to 5 females, and I wished he'd have bred to some other dogs. And like I said, I tried to see if he had any semen. He didn't have any. Said he wished he had, and really a nice fella. But he said I didn't pull no semen on him. And here's a dog called Lay Him Up High Hootie. And he said, Mr. Powers, he was a coon dog.
Yeah, and I talk to a lot of different people, of course, with this podcast, and the breeding aspect always intrigues me. I'm not a breeder, per se, but if I got the right combination or whatever, I would become eventually one day. But I always ask questions about breeding because that always intrigues me, and I think your generation of people, they're kind of got that breeding kind of down pat to get it headed in the right direction, and I think that's an important part of our sport that some people just overlook. They just breed dogs to get puppies or breed dogs to take a chance. And to me, it sounds like your generation kind of had it more figured out of, we know what we got here ain't working, and we know what this over here is working, and we need to bring that together. Yeah.
And like I said, you can't just keep breed. I try to, I want looks, nose, mouth, and accuracy. But I want accuracy first. That's my main thing, is the accuracy first.
Yeah, and that's, if you got a dog that tree coons, it don't matter what else is going on. It's pretty hard to be beat if you got a dog that's out there treeing coons and got coons in trees when you get there. Hey guys, this is Jason over at the Coonhound Collective podcast. Is your dog box starting to get wore? Maybe it's starting to get a little cracked like mine is. Maybe you've just been thinking about it's time to upgrade to a new box, but you've asked your buddies and you're just not real sure what direction to go in. Well, let me help you out here. Go check my friends out at CZ Welding and Fabrication, Custom Dog Boxes and Aluminum Products on Facebook. You can check out all their custom work they do there and their designs that they do. If you don't see something that you don't exactly like there, reach out to Nathan at 540-810-5439, 540-810-5439, or send him a message through the Facebook page. I bet he can fix you up. Don't wait till fall to get that new dog box. Go ahead, get that dog box now. Get you something looking good in the back of your truck that you can be proud of and that you can haul your dog around in comfort. Check my friends out at CZ Welding and Fabrication. You won't go wrong. Dog boxes built by hunters for hunters. Get yours today. CZ Welding and Fabrication.
Absolutely. And I show a lot of young people how I train puppies. I put collars on coon zip ties and lead a coon just like you'd lead a dog. And I take him all through, fields and woods and all. And then I watch that dog work that coon track. And and then I teach that dog working that coon track. So he's got to do what I want, not what he wants. And I have a lot of young people, that I never seen that before. Well, I said, buddy, I've done it when I'd put a coon in a burlap sack and jump on a sack and hold the coon and then put a collar on him. And I learned better ways to do it. And that's how I train. I use a live coon and walk him. I don't hurt the coon. And I can watch the dog. The dog learns to run the track, not the back track. And it works great.
Well, I will say I've only ever tried to put a collar on a coon one time, and I'll just say this. It was without a burlap sack. It was just on the ground, and that was not a good idea.
Absolutely it ain't, buddy. No, I got good ways to do it, and nothing gets hurt. And it works out just perfect, and I've met a lot of young people, and I explain to them what I do and show them. And like I said, I always got time for a kid.
Yes, sir. Well, and that's what we're doing with this podcast. We're preserving history and things like your breeding and your line of dogs so for people to be able to go back and listen to this for generations to come and hear about, some of the dogs and some of the ways that people went about training and breeding and stuff like that. Through the years. So did you do very much daytime hunting, or did you just do your training in the daytime?
I do in the evening, late in the evenings, and in the daytime, I do the training. Well, I do it at night too, but then I do it so I can see what the animal's how he is processing, and you just take him out there every night and throw him out there. I want him to learn what I want him to do. And if you put him tracks down and he can learn to run them tracks, put the right way, and it's very important.
Yes, sir.
But I don't think as many people is coon hunting right now as they used to. It seems like it's slacking off some.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. There's way more hunts nowadays. Like I could be at a hunt, close to my house, pretty much 4 or 5 nights a week. So it's hard to say if people are slacking off. There's just so many more hunts that people can go to different places now. Definitely the numbers at the hunts are not what they used to be, and of course a coon hide ain't worth the nickel now. So
no, they ain't worth nothing. And like I said, it's getting into big money now. Coon hunting is, and like I said, a person offer you $5,000 for a 4-month-old puppy, and turned out it's extremely 14 months old and getting killed by a train. So hopefully I'll have something come up out of gracious this time. Because the Sacker Junior dogs, I'd say Sacker Junior is one of the finest dogs to walk, to produce and all.
Yes, sir. And you're not the only one. I've heard several people say Sackett Junior is probably the best producing dog out there for sure.
Right. And I wish Giddings would have drawn semen on him, but he's like me. He's too busy hunting, And back then I couldn't afford it anyway, But he is, like I said, the pup I got killed was outstanding. I hope we get another one,
Yes, sir. So, in your coon hunting time, you got some stories you could share with us, coon hunting out there?
Well, like you said, I just go from hunt to hunt, and drive up. And I've got so excited about drive 4 hours and get there the wrong date on a hunt in Pennsylvania, And like I said, a friend that used to go with me to hunt with me, and we'd drive to Missouri or something like that, and stop along a little old place, cost you $5, stay all night. This is 25 years ago, and it just such change now, buddy. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be staying nowhere for $5 a night now. That's for sure.
No. I got a friend's going to the guy in Indiana's got reason that he bought the puppy from. He's taking him to a qualifying hunt this weekend, so I'm going with him tomorrow night, and he's got a pretty nice young dog, and John down in Tennessee, he's got a brother to him, and he was offered some awful good money for his young dog. They're just a little bit over 2 years old. I got a sister to them too, and like I said, she's big, nice cross of dogs, and like I said, I didn't know nothing much about reason, and then the boy that hunted reason, I talked to him, and he seemed like he was pretty decent person too.
Yes, sir.
But just like I said, and to go, just go get off work and take off, go drive to Illinois or somewhere like that by myself, and my friend Pittman out there, he called me up, and he said, "I'd like to give you a puppy." And he said, I bred my females to Sackett Jr. And I said, I don't really need a puppy. He said, I'd like to give you a puppy. And what he said, I heard you train dogs, good training dogs, and you hunted hard and all. And anyway, from him calling me up, and of course I sold litter puppies for him too, and we've become very good friends, and we've talked, ever so often for the last 22 years over just that conversation. He wanted to give me a puppy, and I wished I'd have bought a sister too, because she turned out to be an awful good dog and was a big dog into my breeding program and produced some powerhouse coon dogs. And like I said, me and Michael Pittman's been best of friends all these 22 years. And like I said, I drove out there and got the mother to the puppy, and we tried to line breed him back, but she then got too old. And like I said, all these years, we've been the best of friends. He's a great guy.
Yes, sir. Well, in this sport, and like I said, I'm no breeder, but if I was going to be a breeder, I would definitely want a group of guys and gals, whatever, that went out there and coon hunted hard around me, that I could definitely put puppies with, somebody that's going to take the time to get them trained and put them in the woods and see what they were made of. I think it about takes that.
Are Are you looking for a hound that is producing winning puppies? One that is throwing proven winners? Then look no further than Grand Night Champion. Silver Champion Stylish Bushwhacker. His pups have earned $450,000 in PKC and $80,000 in Pro Sport. He is a PKC Super Stake and UKC Performance Sire and number 3 on UKC Current Reproducer List. He is throwing hard-going, hard treeing, get in there, get it done tree dogs. If interested in breeding to Bushwhacker, contact Justin Davenport on Facebook or at 954-614-8138. Bushwhacker is located in Fredericksburg in chilled or live breeding.
Sure. And like I said, that made getting that puppy from him. I bred her twice, and I made the Silver Champions, Grand Night Champions. And they was, like I said, these dogs run coons and tree coons all around dogs. And it just kind of, it just kind of seemed unbelievable. But that's the way it was. And then I went up Maryland and took 2 of the puppies out of her and hunted with a fella called Reds Carroll. And I said, I don't want to shoot your coons out. I just want to show you my dogs, Reds. So I dumped out Rambo by himself. He run tree coons. Dumped him out again, running tree coons. And I put him back in the truck, and I said, well, let's take Boy out. And took Boy out and dumped him out. And he tree coons. Turned him loose again. He had tree coons. He said, Jim, I have to tell you, you got 2 damn tough hounds right there, buddy. He said, them is some coon dogs, and they was. And like I said, Boy died of old age, and I sold Rambo to a guy, and he starved him to death. I said, I can't believe that. You got a dog that good, and you starved the damn dog to death. I went over to see how he's making out. And I said, what the hell's wrong with this dog? I said, he starved to death. You better took him to vet, and damn if he didn't die.
Yeah, that's a bad deal there for sure.
Yeah, and the guy was full with drugs, and his father bought the dog to get him off the drugs, but it didn't. All he done was kill the dog. And it was pitiful, I'm telling you. It really was pitiful.
Yeah, that's not a good deal. That's definitely not where you want to see one of your dogs go into a situation like that.
No, not a dog like that. He just big 80-pound hound, and like I said, they was coon dogs. Well, like I said, I've been through a lot of stuff, and and I'm getting up in age now, but I still hunt, and pull my dogs, and I want to raise one out of my old Grand Night Champions. I got the cubes for myself. I figured it done been in heat, but he ain't been in heat yet. So, I appreciate you talking to me.
Yes, sir. Hey, I appreciate you taking your time to talk with me here a few minutes about some dogs.
Yeah. And like I said, I get along quite well with people, and just stick to what I know best, and you can't do much. You get old, you slow down, but I still try the best I can.
Yes, sir. Well,
and
you just stay steady at it.
And do people the best I can. I don't like being, dirty deals and stuff like that. I don't go for that kind of stuff. I respect people. And like I said, I respect my dogs, and I respect you calling me. I appreciate it, bud.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. You have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey guys, this is Jason at the Coonhound Collective podcast. I jumped in here real quick to tell you about a raffle that we have going on. We have joined up with our partner, CZ Welding and Custom Dog Boxes, to raffle off a 24 by 20 by 38 single door top storage dog box. Nathan builds a really great quality product. You can go over to the Coonhound Collective Facebook page and see pictures of this dog box. There's also ways that you can pay to get in on this raffle. There's 53 spots at $25 a spot. Now, some of those spots have already been taken up, so don't waste time. Get over there and get you a spot reserved. Now, all this money that we're raising for this dog box is going to Superior Kennel Club. That's who the monies are going through, is Superior Kennel Club, and it's going for their Youth World hunt they're having in December in Alabama. This money is going to allow Superior Kennel Club to pay more spots, first and second place. So go over right now, get you a spot reserved, help promote the future of our sport, the youth. Go over and get your spot today. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for listening to the Coonhound Collective podcast today. We really appreciate you taking your time out of your day to listen to the podcast. If you don't mind, head over to Facebook and give us a like, and head over to Instagram and give us a follow. It's both at the Coonhound Collective. Also, if you would like to reach us here at the Coonhound Collective, you can reach us at thecoonhoundcollective@gmail.com. If there's someone that you would like to hear on the podcast or a product that you would like to hear talked about, please send it to thecoonhoundcollective@gmail.com. Thanks again. Have a great day.